Hello everyone, I hope you guys had a wonderful day today, although unfortunately it was not a good day for GameStop as it pulled back 3.6%, but again we had a very nice impulse off the lows. You can clearly make 5 waves up, right? There you go, and you got some nice bearish divergence on the 45-minute cycle. This cycle is obviously coming to an end now. As you can see, we broke the RSI and it's come back down to retest the lows at the 30s. Now, is this correction over? Is this wave 2 in? I actually have this as a potential crash correction, right? Where this is an A, B, and a C, and the dip by area, right? If you've missed out on this rally up where I had the lows in right around here, I started laddering into my longs, obviously just adding slowly, and kajung, and now this is a potential dip by area. If it could come back down to $25.36 at the moment, for everyone that loves those the technical patterns, the pattern analysts, right? You actually have a very nice inverse head and shoulders here, right? A bit of a shoulder, a head, and now you're forming the right shoulder. Again, it's a little bit we're getting a little bit of ahead of ourselves here, but because it hasn't formed yet. But if it were to come back up like this, then this would be a very good setup, right? Now you'd have like a great entry, and at that point this wave 3 should start to take off, and this larger cycle would start up. And that means this wave 2 is truncated and it's come to an end, right? The correction is over, which I already think it is, because you could already see the 4-hour cycle came to an end as well, right? Big rally up, and you had a very nice impulse. What's keeping me from like saying that it's a guaranteed? First of all, there's no guarantees in this market, and if anyone ever tells you that they get everything right, which by the way I don't get everything right, I get stuff wrong, they're kind of full of shit, and you gotta take it for what it is. But I think we have a great opportunity here coming up again, and I'm gonna be adding to my positions again if we can get into this area. Obviously, if we go below 24.56, that's your invalidation point, and that's this now becomes a double correction. So we got to explore not only the bullish possibilities but the bearish outcomes as well, right? So if it were to double correct, then all these bullish counts here would be invalidated, and you have this WXY that's going to play out something like this, and you're going to come back down to the 21s. But I think this is the least likely scenario, in my opinion, for GameStop, to how it's going to play out. But let's take a look at our indicators, okay? So let's take a look at Market Cipher and see what it can tell us. So when we take a look at the monthly time frame, we're back. So you got to always think of bigger picture, right? We're back in that green money flow. The money flow is green. Like, we've been correcting ever since this massive pump here, and we've been coming down, and it's slowly, the money flow has been gradually coming back up. We're back in the green, and when we go back in the green, you usually have a lot of upside potential, right? The bigger picture always needs to be in the green. Now the weekly was in the green a little bit here, and now we're cutting back into the red, but it's outwardly curving, right? So I do like that. Like, this thing can come back up very quickly. It could do something like this, yoop, and we'll be back at the zero. We could actually flip-flop here for a while before it actually decides which direction it wants to choose to go to. Get on the 4-day, you're still in the green. You get on the 3-day, you're still in the green. The 2-day is still heavily in the green, right? I wouldn't say, well, decent amount, right? I think it's when you get on the daily, it's got a better setup. Yeah, daily still got some green money flow there too. It's showing that, you know, it's going to correct lower, but for what I have, we still have a chance, and it's a bullish setup, and I like it, right? I like it. When I take a look at the 4-hour time frame, now this is where it starts to get a little bit dicey, right? Now we're starting to see a tight momentum wave here with a red dot confirmation. You got bearish dual bench strength index numbers on the 18 and the -5. Ooh, it's not looking good, right? Not looking good. 1-hour time frame. Okay, with a 1-hour time frame, even though we got this nasty pullback here from the highs at 29 all the way down to 25, or sorry, 26, where we are right now, basically have no red money flow. We lost a little bit of green money flow, but we're at the zero line on the red. 45-minute, 30, even the 30-minute, you're not seeing that much selling pressure. Not that much, like, for whatever reason, the price is being pushed up. Excuse me, I burped. Is being pushed down. That's a really nasty burp too. But you're getting this yellow cross here. So you can see some manipulation is coming into play. Not surprised, you know, you can see this manipulation here on GameStop. And yeah, you can see on this short-term price action, they are pushing the stock down further than it should go. That's why I got my dip buy area down here at 25.32. If it respects it, we should hold and rally up. Obviously, if we cross below $24.55, that's your invalidation point. So you got a high, you actually low risk, high reward trade, because you're just risking this little bit down, right? And if you go below, then that's it, 3%, 3 more percent. But you're opening yourself up to get all of this, right? And this is where we should probably see resistance at 50 bucks. Again, it's 100% gain. And I know people, you know, they keep saying, "Oh, I've been waiting for years. People have been telling me the mother of short squeezes is coming any day." Like, hey, my man, I don't know when you bought, but you shouldn't just be holding, like hoping for a short squeeze after buying like the tops, like, right? You gotta get the best entries you can, and the best entries you can are setups like this, where you dip by here, you dip by here, you dip by here. See, I get things wrong. This was an invalidation. Turns out it was a big flat, and it ripped. People thought it was going to break out, but I really thought they're going to rip it down on earnings, and then you had to dip by here, and then it was bullish from there on. It's still bullish, right? And you still got a great setup for potential more upside, but if it gets invalidated, then that's just the way she goes, right? And we got to move on, unfortunately. So let's take a look at wave edge real quick. So the daily time frame. Right now, not showing too much life. We could look at the bigger picture too, like the monthly. Don't have any new signals at the moment. 3-day, 2-day, 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, to 4-hour, to 3-hour time frame. I don't have anything new, right? I don't really have much to add here. I don't even see any significant buying other than maybe the 15-minute right at the close, or right around the close. We saw some buying, right? We saw some buying at 25. 12-minute, 6-minute, like this. I don't even see anything other than maybe the 1 minute. You see some people are throwing in some big orders here, and they're buying it up, but they're buying it on the way down, right? They're accumulating it. If we see the price come into my buy area and we get a lot of buying, like I see a lot of this start to come up again, right? Like buy. Or even the 5, I think it was like the 5-minute. Yeah, if we see this, then yeah, or this, you know, I'm gonna be definitely interested, maybe even adding more than I should, and then yeah, that'll be a prime setup. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the analysis. Again, it's just here to help, and you know, to make sure people don't buy these massive pumps up here. Like I don't, like, you should never be buying something like this. Like, if it's doing this, you should just sit it out and wait for it to come down, because the people who are selling to you are the ones who bought down here, right, at 10 bucks, right? And if you're thinking like, oh, I'll just wait for the pump to start, and then I'll chip in, like I'll throw in some money because I'm gonna sell at 100. You should just take the chance now, right? And have high reward, low risk setups. Anyways, that's it for tonight. I'll catch you guys on Thursday. I do these every Tuesday and Thursday. Peace.